Alright guys, you noticed what's in front of you here. It says Amtrak Desert Rambler. Well, when I got my last mail call and I decided that I was going to run a Amtrak train on my layout, which is not prototypical, but I decided to call it the Desert Rambler. One of my subscribers, Aaron, Northwest Rail Fanner, took it upon himself to do a logo for me, and this is the logo that you're looking at right here. Unfortunately, my printer is not working at the present time, so I can't print it out, but I will eventually print this out and mount it on one of my walls in one of my chain rooms. Anyhow, I want to thank Aaron for his contribution to my layout, and if you guys get a chance, give him a look-see. Northwest Rail Fanner. He's got an HO layout and he does some rail fanning also. So thanks for that, Aaron, and we'll talk to you again later. Stay tuned for the rest of this video. Hey guys and gals, welcome back to another VinnyVid Productions video. In this video, we're going to go over more on the fascia that I started in the last video. We're going to put some more ground cover on some of my plaster work that I've completed. I'm going to show you guys how I do ground cover on vertical surfaces that I have learned from watching another video, and I just really can't remember who the video was about, or from, I should say. We're going to start the third set of buildings for the area of Wickenburg. It will not be completed in this video, it will be in the next video. And then I need to make an apology to Aaron for giving you the wrong YouTube username. His YouTube username is Northwest Rail Fan, not Northwest Rail Fanner. Give him a check out. He's got a layout going on and he does a lot of rail fanning. The next person I want, I'm getting all tongue twisted here. The next person I want to give a thank you to is my partner in crime, Diana. She has been helping me out with my layout, and I just want to give her a great big thank you. I appreciate all the help that she's given me, and I appreciate all the help the rest of you guys have been giving me. I also want to apologize, or not apologize, I already did the apology. I want to thank Aaron for the logo that he did for me. Took it upon himself just to do it after I mentioned that I was going to run some Amtrak on my layout. He did a logo for me, which I showed in the beginning of this video. And Aaron, I want to thank you for that, and we'll be using that when I run my Amtrak trains as my front logo. Anyhow, I think that's about enough for my spiel here, so I think we should get on to the rest of the video and see what's going on. So stand by and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we're out here in my layout room. We're going to start this video off with the fascia that I've done so far. So here it is, all cut out and painted. The space for the dry river, it goes all the way down here and it comes all the way around to the other side. I also added a little backdrop behind there, and so I'm kind of liking this color a lot better than the color I have down here. So I'm going to go ahead and repaint all of this with the same color so it's pretty uniform. So I'll bring you back when I get this all painted up, and then when that's all painted up, I'll show you what's going on underneath that towel right there. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Alright guys, I just showed you this fascia that I did up here in the upper level, and I painted this very dark gray. I think it makes a big improvement on how the layout's looking. A lot of people use black. I'm just using what's available in my house right now. You know, this is a budget build, so gotta do what I gotta do. Anyhow, let's move down to the lower, and as you can see, I've redone the lower also. I still need to add a little bit of fascia here and then also around here, but that'll come in due time. Anyhow, if you guys stay tuned, I'll show you what's going on with the scenery. Yeah, I got a mess. A big mess. Both rooms are just totally destroyed. Boy, do I want to run a train. Anyhow, we'll get on with the rest of this video, so stay tuned and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we're out at my layout right now, and I was wondering how I was going to get ground cover on the vertical parts of my mountains. I watched the video the other day, and it was very informative on how to do this, and it's pretty simple. Just like you guys get hints and tips from me, I get hints and tips from other videos also. Anyhow, to do this, you're going to need a straw, which I don't have, but I do have a piece of tubing. You're going to need some white glue, straight, and then what I did was, and I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this, but I put my ground cover on a flat piece of plastic. So basically, all you got to do is put some glue up in here. Oops. Get that off my track. And just smear the glue on while it's nice and wet here. And then we'll just take our straw, back this out a bit. Oops, the other way, Vinny. There you go. And maybe we'll go in a bit. Take your straw and your scenic stuff and just give a little blow. Anyhow, you can see that it works pretty well. What I need to do is add some more ground cover here. And now let's see if we can finish this up real quick. Just adding some more ground cover to my styrene sheet here, guys, so hang on a minute. And we'll get a little bit more done, see how it looks. Anyhow, I just thought I'd give you a little tidbit on how to do that. I'm very happy about it because now I know how to cover up the vertical parts of my mountain. So stay tuned. I'm going to go ahead and cover up more of the stuff, and we'll be back shortly, and I'll give you an overview of everything that's been happening so far. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, this is what this is going to look like. There'll be trees and bushes added to the tops of these mountains. But anyhow, I just wanted to give you an idea of how this is going to look. I did add a little bit of green up there. I don't know if it's going to come out on the video, but this is still a work in progress, and I wanted to save some of the ground cover because I have other projects that's going on that will be shown later on in this video. So stay tuned and we shall be right back. Alright guys, we're going to go a little further on the scenery that I have accomplished in the past few days. Remember I showed you this guy right here. Well, now I got the upper section done, and the trees are a combination of the ones that John at Monon 1976 sent me and some of Bobby Long Shadow trees. A couple of broken trees that are laying there. Of course this is not permanent yet. There's still a lot more stuff that needs to get done. As you can see, the flyover is fitting there really nice. And I went ahead and did this corner right here, and of course there'll be a whole bunch more trees, bushes, and cactus up there. I also took care of this section right here, and like I said, there'll be a farm in this area, and this is pretty typical for houses out here in Arizona to have a swimming pool in the back. Both of these structures, the gas station and the house, were given to me by my buddy Jimmy, Smokey Alco. And I told him I'd be using these somewhere. It's on the same property because the people who own the farm also own the gas station. Anyhow, let's get on to some of the new stuff, or I should say newer stuff. There in the corner, I erected a mountain, and it goes down to the dry river bed, and I'm not done with this side yet. Still has to get some another piece of fascia right there, and then a small little hill, and so on and so forth right there. But here is the biggest part, and I'm moving this pretty slow around here. Sorry for the shaking, but here we go. Like I said, the mountains will come up here and won't be very high because I wanted to see the train behind it. But as you can see, the flyover bridges are done. I kept it low over here for my 2 turnouts that are in that area, and it'll blend into here. And then also, it finishes off here, and then it'll be just ground cover here with the gas station, McDonald's, and the Burger King, and so on. Alright, so what I'm going to do next is give this a few more hours to dry because it's still a bit wet, and then I'll paint it, and I'll bring it back when it's painted and show you what it looks like. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. By the way, this gives me a nice little scenic break. It's not a very big one, but at least it separates this area from this area. Anyhow, again, stay tuned and we'll be back shortly. Alright guys, I'm going to give you an overview of what the scenery looks like at this point. And as luck would have it, I ran out of ground cover to do that mountain over there. But I do have some on order and it's on its way. So I should be getting that in a few days. Anyhow, we'll pan over to this side. And right there is going to be my farm. And one of the crops that we grow here in Arizona is cotton. So this is going to be a cotton field. Anyhow, my camera's starting to go dead, so let me charge it up and I'll get back to the rest of this. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Alright, where were we? Okay, so over here we're going to have a cotton field. And now we'll move around to the corner. And then the completed scenery for the flyover bridges. And the bridges will not be permanent. I'm not sure if I'll ever make them permanent because I can always lift them out if I have to get the track in there and whatever. And as you will see in my next clip, that I also have some ballast that I'll be doing. And so basically, from the bridge all the way around, it's all done. The only thing I need to do is put some ground cover, get the track hooked up here, and put ground cover in there. Anyhow, stay tuned and we'll get back to the rest of the video. Alright guys, now that you've seen what my basic scenery is going to look like for part of this area, we're going to move on to the third set of structures that I'm going to be doing for the town of Wickenburg. It wouldn't be possible for me to do these builds at this time because I was not able to afford the plastic that I need for these structures. But yesterday, Diana came up here and she checked out all my stuff that I've been doing, and she invited me out to a brunch, and we went out to brunch, and then after that she says, let's take a ride over to the hobby shop. So we went over to one hobby shop and I was showing her the horses that I found, and she said that she found something a little bit better that she was going to get for me, so we'll see how that works out. But anyhow, I want to thank her, first of all, for being a really good friend and my partner in crime, but she spent a little bit of money on me yesterday. For instance, we went and got the stone veneer that I needed for one of the, well actually 2 of the buildings get this type of facade. The second is this random stacked stone, which another building in this strip of stores will get. I'm going to cheat a little bit on the doors. I found it was going to be pretty difficult to make the doors, so I went out and another thing that she had got me was these Tiki group or Tiki group doors that I'm just going to cut out the top half and put the glass in there. And then finally, I got ballast, and I'm using Arizona Rock and Mineral ballast. As you can see, this is Chicago and Northwestern in Santa Fe, but I think this would be a good color because I am modeling, well, BNSF anyhow. So anyhow, stand by and we'll show you what's going to be going on with these buildings. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, we're down at my work area now, and let me explain how this is all going to be built out. This building here and this building here will get the round stone facade, and this building down on the end here will get the random stacked stone facade. This building here will get the stripings or the strippings like or on the other buildings that I've built so far. The procedure on these buildings will be exactly the same, except if you guys have been following me for quite a while, know that the worst part of me doing scratch builds is cutting out windows. What I intend to do is on this one, I'm going to cut the windows out on this one. I am going to secure it to the plastic that's already there, but this plastic right here I'm going to paint black, and the windows I will cut out on here. And the reason for that is because I'm going to mount this to this just to make it a bit more sturdy, because you can see that this is pretty flimsy and this is pretty flimsy itself also. The idea behind that is, if this is all black in here and I have the windows cut out on here with the glazing in it, it'll give the appearance that there's darkness inside the building. This building here, Nana's, if you're ever in the Wickenburg area, stop there for a sandwich. Great food. And this is also part of Nana's, so they will get, oh well, this one gets stucco and this one will get the round stone. And lastly, the building here, the bottom half of it will have the stacked random stone facade. So I don't know how this is going to work out, but you guys can follow along and watch me build it. I'm not going to do the whole build on video. I'll do a part of it and I'll show you, then I'll do another part and show you again. Anyhow, stay tuned and we'll be back shortly. Alright guys, I've got the windows cut out on this first facade here, and this is what I was thinking of doing. This is actually a black piece of styrene back here, but I'm thinking of painting the entire wall behind this one black and then putting the glazing in there, and it'll give the appearance of depth, but I just don't like cutting windows out. So I'm going to take the easy way out on this and just do what I got to do to make it look good, and that's about it. So stay tuned and we'll get back to the rest of this build here in a few minutes. Alright guys, a few minutes ago I told you this is how I was going to do it. I was going to mount the stone to the plastic that was already there to make it a bit more stiff, and I was going to add black in here and then put the glazing in there. I had a change of heart. So what I'm going to do is this. So now I got windows again. I'm thinking to myself, well, you know what, I want to have lights in here eventually, so this is what I did. And to get the holes, instead of cutting each individual holes on the piece of plastic behind there, I just cut one big hole. And when I glue this on here, you won't see that, and I'll be able to put my glazing in there, and if I put lights in there, it will show through. So anyhow, just a little bit of a how-to if you guys are interested in how I do these things. Anyhow, stand by and we'll continue on this build. Be back shortly. Alright guys, I showed you in the last clip how I did this one with the windows, cutting out one large hole back here to make the appearance that all the windows are individual. Well, I did the same thing on this guy. If you can see if I can lift this up a bit. As you can see, I cut all the windows out in here, and boy do I hate windows. My fingers are killing me at this point. Alright, and lastly, well, first of all, Nana's just gets a stucco front, which is going to be pretty easy, I guess. The stone here will get a gray, and this one here will also get a gray. And we'll walk down, and Nana's gets a, I guess it's like a terracotta color. It's like a little darker than terracotta. I'll have to see if I can match a paint for that. This last building here gets brick as part of the fascia. Let me get this over a bit more so you guys can see it, and down a little bit. Gets brick fascia here, and then at the top it gets like what appears to be wood planks. So I've been cutting out all these little pieces here, and I will fill them in. And I was not going to spend another $12 to get brick facing, because this is the only building that's going to get it. So I'm just going to go ahead and use the stacked stone here. It'll look okay when it's done. But anyhow, as you can see, I started adding some of the wooden planks up here on the top. I'm going to go ahead and finish this and show you what it's going to look like, and I'll kind of mark this up with the side or front of this building with the water tank on it, and we'll see how it looks from there. Anyhow, stay tuned and we'll be back shortly. Alright guys, we are back now. I've got most of the facades done, but before I show you the structure, I want to make a little bit of a statement here. First of all, always use a sharp blade when you're cutting. It makes life a lot easier. But on the other hand, you also need to be careful, because inadvertently, when I went to pick up my chopper, as I was going for the chopper, I turned my face away to look at something else, and I grabbed the chopper by the blade and put a nice little gash in my thumb. Anyhow, just a word of caution. So let's get on with the build, and I'll show you what I've done so far. Alright, so this is the last strip of buildings I'll be doing for Wickenburg. I don't know what the name of this one is, but it does have a water tower here, and I like that. The entrance for this place would be here, which I did not cut out yet. Still a work in progress. There's lots of work to be done on here, so I will not be finishing this on this video. Alright, as we turn this around, let me get this up here a little bit, and you can see I have the round stone facade here. Nana's, if you look and see these little, let's see if I can get you in here a little closer. These little round dealies right here, they'll be going along the rooftop. They appear to be logs that are protruding past the building. I did not cut the door out for here yet, because it gets actually a double door, so I still need to work out how I'm going to do the doors here. The next place is also part of Nana's, which is this place right here, and if you have pictures of the place that you want to model, it's always good to have, because I did not know there was windows up here until I looked at the picture a little bit more closely. This building here has got the strips just like some of the other buildings that I've done. And finally, this little guy right here, sorry about that. I told you in the previous video that it has more of a brick finish than a cut stone finish, but I didn't want to spend another 12 bucks just to get this one building finished, so I used the random stack stone as I did there on here. And I also, let's see if I can get a better shot of this. Along the top here would appear to be wood planks. I kind of simulated that also, if you can see it. And they will get a gray, and so will the rest of the building get gray. The corner building here with the cut stone will also get a gray color. And Nana's, like I said earlier, is it's going to be a tough color for me to try and figure out, but I'm going to use whatever I have available. And this guy over here will get the same red as I did one of my previous buildings. Anyhow, I hope you're enjoying this build session that I'm doing here. I think that's all I'm going to do for this video. It's getting quite long again, and I know you guys don't care how long my videos are, but I have to please everyone. So, as always, your questions, comments, input, and subs are always welcome. For now, that's all, folks. BNSF 6951 out.